Hello viewers, I'm your host Lipakshi Khurana with another episode of South Asia Focus. Let's begin with India and Australia's 2+2 ministerial dialogue, which was recently held in New Delhi to step up strategic ties between the two nations. Both sides exchanged views on deepening multifaceted India-Australia cooperation, including in areas of defence and security, trade and investment. Outlining the major points pondered upon during the talks, India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar said that there is real momentum in the New Delhi Comprehensive Strategic Partnership. A report.
India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar held the second India-Australia 2+2 Defence and Foreign Ministerial Dialogue with their Australian counterparts in New Delhi. Australia's Deputy PM and Defence Minister Richard Marles and Foreign Minister Penny Wong welcomed the positive and increased momentum of the comprehensive strategic partnership between the two countries. Both sides reaffirmed their commitment to working together on global issues and shared priorities. Moreover, India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval also met Australian ministers to discuss a range of issues. The high-level discussions focused on enhancing bilateral security and defence cooperation between the two nations. The need to assist nations in the Indo-Pacific, ASEAN, Africa, Global South and Pacific Islands on their development trajectories was also emphasized during the discussions.
Yesterday, Raksha Mantri ji and I held the second India-Australia 2+2 Foreign and Defence Ministers Dialogue along with Deputy Prime Minister Richard Marles and Foreign Minister Penny Wong. This, again, as you would be aware, is a format we have with select partners. It is reflective of the growing and deepening engagement between our two countries, and I must say it was a very productive 2+2. Where India and Australia are concerned, I can say that there have really been many firsts in our relationship this year. We have made a new beginning with the Comprehensive Strategic Partnership.
India and Australia have several commonalities which serve as a foundation for closer cooperation and multifaceted interaction. Both are strong, vibrant, secular and multicultural democracies with a free press and an independent judicial system. The relationship has grown in strength and importance since India's economic reforms in the 90s and has made rapid strides in all areas. During the 2+2 dialogue, Australia's Foreign Minister Penny Wong emphasized India as a central and crucial country in the region.
This is a partnership which is consequential for us, but it is crucial for our region. We see India, as central, crucial to the sort of region we continue to work for. Peaceful, stable, prosperous, in which sovereignty is respected. And we look forward in this discussion to going further on the ways in which we can both work to deliver that.
India and Australia cooperate in various multilateral fora. Both India and Australia are members of the G20, Commonwealth, IOR, ARC, ASEAN Regional Forum, Asia-Pacific Partnership on Climate and Clean Development, and have participated in the East Asia Summits. During the 2+2 dialogue, the two nations underscored the importance of enhancing cooperation in information exchange and maritime domain awareness.
There has never been a more important time for our two countries to be working together, and from our perspective, we cannot overstate the importance of this relationship. We really look forward to talking more about that strategic landscape in our meeting today. We look forward to talking more about ways in which we can cooperate around maritime domain awareness and more about the ways in which we can cooperate with our diplomacy, particularly in the region that surrounds us.
Australia supports India's candidature in an expanded UN Security Council. On the other hand, the growing Indian community in Australia are contributing significantly to the Australian economy as teachers, doctors, accountants, engineers and IT professionals. Both the nations are committed to build a distinctive relationship that goes beyond transactional engagement.
With winter setting in, the Taliban's government has said that the thousands of Afghans returning from Pakistan are going to face extremely harsh conditions. Afghanistan is already dealing with a politically unstable environment, a faltering economy and a healthcare system beset by difficulties. Afghans returning to Afghanistan have said that there are restrictions on the transfer of cash and property to Afghanistan from Pakistan, where many had built businesses and home for decades. Take a look.
The humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan is worsening as a result of the large-scale return of refugees from Pakistan. Most of those being deported do not have access to proper housing or work opportunities. Just before winter, this wave of returnees have put additional burden on scarce resources and relief operations. Calling the development a very big challenge for the Islamic Emirate, Taliban government has also warned of worsening winter problems for Afghan refugees from Pakistan.
موضوعات یک 10 نفر یا 100 نفر نیست، تقریبا 1,700,000 یا 800,000 نفر است و بدون مشکلات و تکلیف هم نیست. زمستان از پیش روی ما. واقعیت من یقین دارم که مهاجرین هم مشکلات بسیار زیاده را روبرو هستند. مسائل دوایی از مسائل صحتشان است، مسائل خوراکشان است، مسائل زمستان است، سردی است. موضوعات بسیار زیاد پیش رو داریم و خصوصا به امارات خیلی چالش بزرگ است.
Refugees from Pakistan are returning to their homeland at a time when Afghanistan is grappling with severe challenges. The country deals with a politically unstable environment, a faltering economy, and a healthcare system beset by difficulties. Afghan citizens returning to Afghanistan have said that there are restrictions on the transfer of cash and property to Afghanistan from Pakistan, where many had built businesses and homes for decades. Meanwhile, the Taliban government has said the matter of people's assets should be discussed in detail.
در خانه در مدت 40 سال زندگی کرده هستند. بعضی موضوعاتی است که مثال روی از یا با دیتیل صحبت شود. تشویش‌هایی که پاکستان داره همچنان مد نظر گرفته شد و چون دارایی مردم است باید روی از موضوعات با دیتیل باید صحبت شود و یک راه حل به این موضوعی که بسیار مهم است یک راه حل باید سنجش شود.
Following Pakistan's announcement to repatriate Afghan nationals, international agencies have called on Islamabad to protect refugees. Organizations like United Nations are concerned that Afghans may face serious protection risk upon their return. The International Rescue Committee, IRC, in Afghanistan has also expressed deep concern about the survival of Afghan refugees arriving from Pakistan.
The winter is approaching and the weather and the temperature is declining each day. So this is a big concern for the people arriving in here. They need for the immediate shelter because most of them have nowhere safe to go. And this means a serious risk, especially for the women and children, because now they are living under tents, under the open skies. Besides this, most of the people arriving in here, they need for the psychosocial supports, they need for the nutrition support, and also the need for primary health care supports. So these are the prioritized needs most of the people do not have because they lost everything, including their homes, properties, and belongings. And now they are starting in here from the zero.
Pakistan has said that its move to expel hundreds of thousands of undocumented Afghans was a response to the unwillingness of the Taliban administration to act against militants using Afghanistan to carry out attacks in Pakistan. On the other hand, Taliban officials opine that the militancy is an internal matter for Pakistan and have called on Islamabad to halt its deportation of Afghan citizens.
And let's now move to the Himalayan nation Nepal, which reported another earthquake of magnitude 4.5 on the 23rd of November. No casualties were reported in the quake, which had its epicenter in country's Makwanpur district. Meanwhile, Nepal recently got the 4th shipment of emergency medical supplies and equipment from India for the families affected by the earthquake. A report.
The Nepal Seismological Center reported an earthquake of 4.5 magnitude in the Himalayan nation in the early hours of November 23. No casualties were reported in the quake, which had its epicenter in country's Makwanpur district. Nepal is still working to recover from the magnitude 6.4 earthquake that struck on November 3, killing at least 157 people and severely damaging a large amount of property.
भक्कै सुतेको थियौँ भक्कै सुत्ने बित्तिमा अनाहटे ज्याम त्यस्तो एकदम आवाज हुने बित्तिमा पहिलो झट्कामा चाहिँ मेरो घर गइहाल्यो क्या पहिलो झट्कामा जस्तै घर कस्तो छ रहेछ भने चाहिँ झिकपट्टिको फाकै झिकपट्टि गयो जस्तै घारीपट्टिको फाकै झिकपट्टि घारीमा जस्तै हामी सुतेको कोठामा अलिकति ढुङ्गाहरू केही ढुङ्गाहरू अलिकति थोरै मात्रामा परेको कारणले हामीले अब उनको पनि एउटा टाकोमा चोट लाग्यो मेरो पनि टाकोमा चोट लाग्यो त्यो बाँध्न सफल भयौँ हामी.
Located in the unstable Himalayan seismic zone, Nepal experiences frequent earthquakes. Some seismologists say that Nepal's western mountainous region is likely to face a threat of a bigger earthquake. The 6.4 magnitude quake was Nepal's worst in 8 years, when about 9,000 people were killed by 2 quakes. The devastating jolt of April 2015 had reduced whole towns and centuries-old temples to rubble and destroyed more than 1 million houses. The earthquake had also triggered an avalanche on Mount Everest, killing 22 people, the deadliest incident on the mountain on record. This year, in the early November, earthquake was widely felt in western Nepal and northern India. Thousands of buildings in Jajarkot and neighbouring Rukum West district in Nepal collapsed or developed cracks, making them uninhabitable. For more than 48 hours, rescue teams struggled to save lives. Many of those saved in the nick of time were rushed to nearby hospitals.
केही छैन नाखा मुख धुलो पसिहाल्छ यताउता हेर्न पनि सकिदैन अझ यहाँ आँखुमा छर्किन्छन् कानभित्र धुलै छ अनि के गर्ने हामी त यस्तो बिजोगमा निक्स्यौं के गर्ने छोरीहरु भोग लाग्यो भन्छन् अनि खाने नखाने गास छ बस्ने बास छ ओड्ने कपडा लत्तो छ केही छैन हाम्रो त के गर्ने यस्तो बिजोग भइहाल्छ हामीलाई कसैले हेर्या पनि नै.
India has consistently sent aid to Nepal as part of its ongoing humanitarian efforts to support the people of the Himalayan nation in their time of need. Nepal recently got the 4th shipment of emergency medical supplies and equipment from India for the families affected by the earthquake. S. Jaishankar, the Minister of External Affairs, shared the images of the relief supplies given to the Nepalese authorities on X. In addition to India, Nepal is also receiving aid from a number of foreign organizations. Nepal received €2 million aid package from the European Union last week.
Time now for Asia This Week, the stories from across the continent.
横浜は160年前に開港した時から日本に技術を導入する新しい技術を生み出す町でありました。世界中で大きな都市問題、気候変動、さまざまな新しいイノベーションが必要とされています。世界の仲間たち、先進国、途上国の人たちと一緒に新しいイノベーションを横浜から作り出す、そのことを目的とした国際会議でございます。
オートバイはアクセルをライダーが操作しながら、もしくはブレーキを操作しながら前の車に追従していくと。ライダーが常に操作をずっとし続ける。さらに加えて オートバイはライダー自身がバランスを取りながら走行しています。でそこの部分の一部分をシステムが担うという形になります。結果的にライダーとしては疲労感の低減につながって、長距離走行しても疲れずに長い距離走れるようになると。でさらに長い距離走りに行った後にこうスポーツ走行、ワインディング走行みたいな走行が楽しい。
The festival dedicated to the sun that is celebrated with much exuberance in Nepal and several Indian states. Dedicated to the solar deity Surya, devotees show gratitude, worship the sun god for 4 days and pray for the well-being of their spouses and children. Let's take a look at this year's festivities.
Festivals are the oldest rituals and traditions that people practice to honor the almighty gods and goddesses. In fact, these celebrations are nothing but the symbols of peace and happiness. Chhath Puja is the only festival in the world in which the devotees pay homage to the rising and setting of the sun. The festival concluded in Nepal with devotees offering arg to the rising sun while submerging at the Bagmati river. It is a festival dedicated to Lord Surya and Chhathi Maiya and is celebrated for 4 consecutive days with great devotion.
अब आज बिहान आयो हैन पूजा गर्यौं अर्घमा पानीमा उभियौं अर्घको लागि सूर्य भगवानको लागि तपस्या गर्यौं सूर्य भगवान कति बेला उग्र हुन्छन् कि हामी अर्घ देऊ 3 दिनको व्रत हुन्छ यो हैन अनि यही हो हाम्रो यो नेम ठुलो भन्दाखेरिमा ठुलो हाम्रो पर्व त्योहार हो छठ माई हो.
The fasting women, along with their spouses, waited for the sun to shine over the horizon. As the sunlight fell on the devotees, they made the offerings and completed the ritual, formally marking the end of 4 days fasting of Chhath. Devotees especially keep the fast and worship the sun for the long lives and well-being of their family members, also praying for their expectations and desires to come true. Thekua, khajuri and kasar, along with varieties of dry fruits, fruits and flowers, constitute the basket popularly known as Thakri in Nepal and Daura in India.
छठ मैया से यही मांग करी है कि इसी प्रकार हर साल उत्साह और उल्लास से छठ मनाते रहें और सभी भोजपुरी समाज के जो भाई बहन हैं सभी को छठ पर्व की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं.
Chhath Puja is celebrated on the 6th day of the month of Kartike according to the Hindu lunar calendar. The word Chhath means 6th in Nepali, Maithili and Bhojpuri languages. Women in India celebrate the 6-day festival with singing, joyful celebrations and a rite of color in their clothing, surroundings and cuisines. Commonly, women keep the fast on Chhath, but men, though fewer in numbers, also do it. Devotees believe that if a woman observes this fast with complete faith and devotion, she will bloom in life.
हामीले चाहिने पहिला दाल भात तरकारी बनाएर शुद्ध लसुन ससुन नहालेर शुद्ध खाना खान्छौं हैन घिउमा पकाएर अनि नुहाई धुवाई गरेर अनि त्यो पारण गर्छौं खाना खाएर अनि दोस्रो दिन चाहिँ बेलुकातिर त्यही खीर र पुडी रोटी बनाएर अनि केलाको पातमा राखेर अनि सूर्यलाई छठी मालाई ध्यान गरेर दियाबत्ती बालेर दोस्रो दिन चाहिँ त्यो खाएर एक छाक खाएर अनि व्रत बस्छौं. तेस्रो दिन चाहिँ हामी व्रत बस्छौं. त्यो नखाइकन नुहाई धुवाई गरेर घरमा कलश स्थापना गरेर पूजा गरेर सबै सजाम लिएर अनि यहाँ आउँछु अनि पूजा गर्छु. तेस्रो दिन चाहिँ हामी पानी फलफुल केही नखाने त्यतिकै बस्ने. अहिलेसम्म हामी केही पनि पानी सानी केही खाए छैन.
In India, Chhath Puja begins with Nahai Khai, the first day of the festival when the devotee or vrati takes a bath, especially in the Ganga. The devotees cook religious meals, commonly pumpkin, bottle gourd and moong chana dal. The devotee who is fasting for the festival eats the meal only once a day. The meal is prepared without any waste, and when it is ready, it is first served to the vrati and then to other members of the family. Kharna marks the second day of the Chhath festival. On this day, the person who keeps the fast cooks kheer and roti and offers the same to the deity as bhog. Later, the prasad is distributed among family and friends. The third day of the festival signifies evening offerings or Sandhya Arg to the setting sun. And on the last day of the festival, devotees make offerings to the rising sun at the river bank. On this day, the devotee break their 36-hour fast, resulting in the end of the festival. The fasting of 4 days is a ritual that is to be followed without fail by the women of the family celebrating the puja. And this is how Chhath Puja is concluded.
India is a diverse country with multiple religions and cultures conglomerated into a single form. And with that, we come to the end of this week's episode. See you next week. Goodbye and take care.